Hello and welcome to Brivars Fiskeflue. Today we're gonna tie this fly. The fly is a glass shrimp. It's very nice in the water, glassy looking and fast tie. So why don't see how I tie? Okay, let me tell you a little about the materials I used in this fly. First of all, I'm gonna tell you what thread I've been using. I've been using this mono thread 0.1, and I've been using for the body some pearl dubbing, like ice pearl, but I bought it from Flytouch Dungeon. For the shell back, I use some pearl web from Flytouch Dungeon in the color pearl, and I used this kind of hook from Partridge, saltwater shrimp in size 6, and I used some hot melt glue ice. Do you have it? With burnt mono. I'm gonna show you how I make this ice in the video. Okay, take it from the beginning. And well, now we're gonna tie this fly. Well, it's Friday evening and I just popped a beer. Cheers to all the guys out there. You want to see this video afterwards? Oh, it's nice. Oh yeah. Well, first of all, this is the hook I'm gonna use. But first, I'm gonna show you how I've been making my hot melt glue ice. Okay. Then I have to take a piece of mono. I have a large bundle here, and I'm gonna use a lighter and hot melt glue in black. Okay, I take out some winds of mono, snip it off, put that back in the box, otherwise I have a big problems tomorrow with the mono thread all over the place. You see now it's curled up in some circles. I just snip off on one end and throw away the pieces I don't want. You see now you have the natural curvature. I snip this off because I don't want the end to touch each other, because it's gonna cure. Okay, I'll take this hook out of the vise now, and I place the one piece in the vise like this. You see now I'm gonna take it a little more up so you can see what I've been doing. Even more, I have to take it all the way up. You see the ends now? Oh, well, that's alright. Now you can see the end. I'm gonna take my lighter and melt this into a little clump. See now, that's not gonna happen, so I'm gonna cut it off. It's not gonna curl upwards because I have to do it by hand, so you can see it better. That's okay. Little drop there. It's gonna cure and stay hard, but don't touch it right now because now it's very hot and it will burn your fingers. So just turn it around and take the other side Do the same thing. Blow on it. Make this little. This is not gonna be the eye, but it's gonna be the base of the eye. Right? Just take this now and attach it, and hopefully this will come into your window, and you can see yeah, you see it now. Okay, now I take this hot melt glue little thing. I don't know what it's called in English, but I take my scissors and just snip off some pieces of it, because I don't want to use the whole thing. Snip this off so I have a lot of pieces on my table, and just find my dumbing needle and stick it into that and show you this is how it's gonna look. So a little piece, and now I'm gonna take my lighter and melt it. You see now, starting to melt, and I just wrap it around like that, and I take the other side as well out of your view, but you're gonna see. Oh, I'm getting thirsty today. Dry in my mouth when I talk. Did you hear that? It was a beer can making noise. Okay, I'm gonna take and change the position a little bit so it's not. I just melt this little thing very carefully. Take it side to side like this. See how nice it's gonna be. And I turn and I do the same on the other side. Melt it very carefully so the mono inside it won't move and make troubles and make crinkles and things. And if this is a little too big, you can take off. I think that this eye, last one, was a little too big, and I'm gonna melt it again. And I take my dubbing needle and just take off some. See, I just, to get the right shape, I just melt it and use the gravity to help me. Okay, just let it stay there and cure. I could make a lot of more eyes at once if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna do that. Well, the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the hook in the vise and I try to take this eyes and just place it outside your view just for a moment to let it cure. It's not perfectly the same, but that's not so important. Well, now I take the hook, place it in my vise. If anybody wonders what kind of vise this is, this is a Dynaking indexer. Okay, Dynaking indexer. All right. Now I attach my thread. I have this thread on this Norwise automatic bobbin, but you could use ordinary bobbins. But I love these bobbins because I also have a Norwise. But I changed what vise I'm gonna use. after what fly I'm gonna tie. For this fly I like using the Dining King because it's very long and good space behind the fly. Okay. Now I'm gonna make a little ball of dubbing. Then I take out a little batch of dubbing here, maybe enough for the whole fly. Take and dub on to the thread. Because this is very nice to dub this, you don't have to attach some ski wax to this thread, even if it's very slick. Dubs very easily onto this. Well, oh, I managed to get onto the camera. Oh yeah, that was very clever of me. I'll try not to do that in the future, like that, because this thread is invisible. It's nice to use. I'm gonna try to make this camera more clearly, so I have to pause the video a little bit. Okay, I think it's getting better now. Then I take my Velcro brush. This is a Stonefall Patin comb. It has a comb on one end and a Velcro brush on the other. And I just comb this little ball out because this is gonna be some of the mouth parts of the shrimp. Okay. So already looking nice, huh? Now I'm gonna attach my eyes. I'm gonna touch it and see if it is cured. Very nice indeed. Because I made two, I have to one whole fly. Right. I take my scissors and snip off one of those. Attach it. If you want to make it easier to attach the hook, you can use a plier, just squeeze on the mono to make it flat, but I think I'm gonna manage either way. Okay. You can drag on this to make the eyes go further in or longer out if you want. Maybe I just want to leave it like that so we can see. My goodness. Thirsty to go tonight. Oh yeah, it's allowed. It's Friday. Okay, and I attach the other eye on the other side, like this, and try to use the natural curvature of this mono so it stands out from the hook. You can now drag on this a little bit. See, it's moving. I'll just... And if anybody wonders, I have never had one eye loosen from the fly. Ever. This fly eyes stick to this hook like glue. I don't use any glue or anything. But now I want to have a little clump of dubbing over the eyes, because I think that should be some of these mouth parts. Okay. The nice thing about this dubbing is you can tear off what you don't need. You see now, I double it over itself and it becomes very nice, like hair on the forehead of this fly. Alright. Now I'm gonna make some ribbing for this, and I double this thread over, and I make a dubbing loop, if you might call it. Now I double this thread and just take it onto the material clip, and to make a little heavy, to make some control of it, I use my dubbing spinner or twister. I'm not quite sure what you call it, but I call it the dubbing spinner. Okay. Now I'm gonna dub the rest of this body. And I'm gonna attach some more dubbing like this. You don't have to be shy putting on dubbing now, because you're gonna brush out a lot of this dubbing. So if you take too little on, the fly is gonna be very slim. But I think this is gonna look like $1 million. So now I just take it around, try not to catch on my camera. I'm very good at doing that. Like that. Okay, see now, you don't have to be so very worried about making a taper on this fly, because of this combing out of this. Some of this material is gonna go down. Okay, and just to make sure that it's never gonna go up, I just make 1/2 hitch. And now I take my patin comb and just brush out a lot of this, some of it, because now I'm gonna take my pearl web like this, and I take some strands of it and snip off. I like this pearl web because it have a very nice opal pearl shine to it. All right, and I double it over the thread like this and tie it in on top of the hook. Well, it slipped on me because this thread is quite slippery. Like this. So now I attach the back end of this. Now I take my dubbing loop and just take it around this fly and tie down a little bit, and I can use my little toothbrush here and go up so I don't tie down too many fibers, and I do the same thing on the other side. Use my toothbrush the same way you use when you tie the famous Danish sea trout pattern pattegreisen. This is the method you do to avoid tying down all those fibers. Okay, this was a lot of fibers in this brush, huh? Toothbrush is a very versatile tool for fly tying. I'm gonna tell you about my old toothbrush. It's clean or anything, it's no debris or anything left. Oh yeah, it's Friday. Well, that's just make sure that this ribbing don't come loose, and snip off this little mono. Okay, and make a nice finish on this fly. Some wrappings, clean up a little bit, and take your whip finisher. Some nice whip finish on this. Snip it off. Now you can take your bobbin and hang it on the bobbin breast. And it's time for some sip of this beer. Oh yeah. Well, now you see it's far too long, and I try to taper it a little bit. Just snip forwards like that. You can hairdress this a little more if you want. And now we can take another turn with this comb Velcro brush, and I like to just take this Velcro brush and just take it forwards. I think the fly is looking far too much better than, okay, but of course that is gonna move in the water. Now I want to make a little nice layer of epoxy on top there. So I take my little piece of paper, put it on my desk, and I take one part of resin, not so much, it's not gonna go much on this fly. Put the cap back on, and the hardener, same amount, not direct into the resin but just beside. You don't have to touch each other, because then it's going to cure into the nozzle of this bottle and make a whole lot of problems for you. Okay, you take your bodkin, mix these two parts together.